Okay, now pay attention to these titles, man. I'm gonna show you this. And yes, this author here, all right, G. Matlock, still in the same book. Get the drop. Khyber Pass, Gran, Quivira. Let's con up, man. We're on page 20. Just, go ahead and pause it. Because we're gonna talk about these names and titles. You know what I mean? Okay, pause it. Read it. These titles, look at these names now. This is another title for divinely appointed hereditary leader in Hindi is Kshatriya. Indian historian Chandra Kakberti states that the Kisha tree Arsha means glory of the Hittites. So this author is comparing the Hindu and the Hittites, but also these Hindu with, Judah and Israel. They're really like saying that this is where the Israelites get their flow from. But we're reverse engineering, reverse the curse, break the spell, saying, nah, we already here in India superior. So if you're gonna talk ancient Hindu, and then you want to bring it to the Ho-Ho-Kam in the Southwest, Maxim, or India Superior, or Asia Major. We just talking Judah, boss. We just talking Jerusalem. We're talking about the so-called African American who's being called African American for a reason. African American. They could be the Americans. You got to be Afro-Americans. You got indigenous Nagas in Mexico. They can't be Mexicans. They got to be Afro-Mexicans. You got indigenous Nagas all throughout Central, Latin, everything. They can't be just the, Venezuelan. They got to be Afro-Venezuelan, Afro-Cuban, right? Afro, I'm saying? All these things, The Afro Costa Rica, like everything's Afro. They can't give us the title of the land. They got to put the Afro on it, right? And the Afro or Afar, right, comes in etymology, just means dust, means earth. So it's kind of a play on words, like these people come from the earth. These people come from, but they don't want to give you that specific place. I can't be an American, right? No, you're not American. I got to say Maru Khan, right? Then you're like, oh, yeah, you the Maru Khan. But I can't be the American, right? I got to be the African American, right? You see how they just take my titles, take our titles, brainwash us, and then somebody with blue eyes come in and say, I'm an American. You're like, yeah, you are an American. Yeah, you get the American dream. You get the American rights. We're in India superior, but look how these titles play out. Could it be that India once ruled the world? Well, we know we in India superior. What did most of the nations of the ancient world call their leaders and privileged classes? What do you infer from the following list? So he wants to connect, that most leaders kind of call their, or, most nations call their leaders and privileged classes kind of the same thing. All right, so we got Cush, ancient ruler of Egypt, Egypt, Cush, Ethiopia. Again, this is original Ethiopia. Manak is Ethiopia. It's a Greek term. Ethiops means burnt face or fiery looking Nagas, So, Kais, Kaiis, right? Hereditary leaders in Afghan. The Afghan is really connected with the tribe of Benjamin. Y'all get the drop, man. So, all this is Israel, man. However, we got to dissect and slice and dice through Hijack City. The Kais, Kais, that connects with the Arizona, Ohoam, Odam. Back to the Ho-Ho-Kam and all the Anasazi flow, right? The word for rich, wealthy people. Kish, leaders of the Persians, right? Kesha, back to the Arizona flow. They call that apostle, ancient Hebrew word. Or the Kishan is the Hebrew word for religion, he says. We got to dig on it. Keshwa, right? Spelled with a K or with a Q. Where is that? Keshwa. Okay? And that connects back with the Mayan, the Papuva, the Quechua people always meant like the root, the Quechua language, Quichua, Quiche, all that. So again, that UA is back to the HaWah. That Wah is the same phonetics as Wah, right? O-A-U-A. So this is how they hide the phonetics of the wah of the Hebrew, breath and security, or the existence or the power of the Hebrew. But he's going to connect it in a whole nother way to the Hebrew, right? Keshwa, Keshkos, Inca leaders, Kassites, Assyrian, Mesopotamia, all right? You got the Kashitil, Cacique, back to the Mexican Aztec flow, Toltec, Cacique. So that Ka flow, and again, if you're going to connect the Ka to anything, right, we got the Khan, Khan, that's the leader, chief. Then you got the Ka, you know, also has like a dragon connection, right? We looked into Mark Amaro's book, Serpents of Wisdom. He said in the America or anything with the K-A or C-A, right? They change the C's, the K's or K's to C's or Q's. All this we see right here. Quivira, C's and K's, K's, Q's, all this stuff. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? This Ka connects with this dragon frequency, the dragon flow. Ka. So you got the kids. So you got all these names, you know what I mean? This is interesting, right? Kathay. Right? Kathay, kind of like Catheo, right? Kathay. Pause it, man. Kathay is Cateo. Right here in India Superior, Florida, so-called North America. What else, boss? Do we got a second witness? Because that's the Custody 1530 map. How about the MS map in the British Museum 1530 map? Yeah, Kathay, Catheo. Okay. One more witness, I raise you the Orientis finds 1531 map. Can you find the Kathay? Connected with so-called South America, but it ain't labeled South America on this map. It's just America. So what's North America? I'll wait. What's North America, boss? Asia Major, Kathay, right? So you got Kathay, Florida, right? Right by Florida. You got the Kathay here. Catheo, right? By Prester John. Kathay means pure land, promised land. Again, that's America there. It's no South America. It's just America. You are in India Superior, the land of Prester John. Ka. India Superior. Kathay. One more? Y'all want a fourth witness, man? Because this is a map of America and the way to China as men believed it to be, which an old pilot showed to King Henry VII in the year 1500s. That's 1500 maps in a row, 4 witnesses. Pause it and read it. Can you find the Kathay? It's in the red right here. If you look, C-A-T-H-A-Y. This is the Great Khan of China. This is Marco Polo's China is Cathay, which is why it's in America. No, they weren't looking for India. They were looking for India Superior. The Great Khan. Look at the red letters. Pause it, read it. C-A-T-H-A-Y. That's 4 Cathays, boys. And where did you find these Cathays? Where did we find these Cathays? In India Superior. Once ruled the world means that the Hebrews once ruled the world. Once ruled the world means that King David and them once ruled the world. Once ruled the world means that if you are the anointed of the Most High, you rule the world. That the Prester John is the highest seat on the entire earth plane. The Prester John, the priest king, Managi, is the highest station on the earth. And who took over the Prester after the Doom Diverses? Entitled the Pope, right? So now the Pope gives the blessings and does it. He's just mimicking the Prester. They had to go pay tribute to King David. Khan, when you are the ruler of Judah, Managi, you're the ruler of Israel, Khan, your station is to be the head and not the tail. Say it with me, Khan, the head and not the tail. Read Deuteronomy 28 and get back to me, man. So we're talking about the Great Khan and the Great Khan of China, as they have it up here. The Khan of China is in North America, is in Cathay, is in India Superior. And if this is really China, right? If North America, called North America recently, is really China, which used to be hard K's, is the Kana, dodge the vowels, one letter rule. And this is Japan between Florida and the mainland? That's not where Japan is today. So you telling me that this is the map of America shown to King Henry VII, man, as most men believed it to be. And I can't be the American, right? I can't be the copper color race founder. That's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know why they want to be so harsh on it now, you know? I don't want to be, I don't know why they're so harsh on the con. Because they turned it into an officer answering to a governor. That's the hijack definition. But originally, it's the chief or the prince or the king, my nigga, or the priest king, my nigga. And the American is still and always will be the Amaru Khan. C-A-N, remember C's and K's, they switching them, man. American is the copper color naga found here, man. Khan is the copper color naga found here, boss. Not brought here. And later I want to, do this drop on this TikTok drop. I just saw it. Yeah, man, drop on TikTok. They got the drop on TikTok anyway, man. And there are some nagas with some drop on TikTok. So shout out to the TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere, man. But I make sure I'm dropping some stuff over there now. So hit us up on the TikTok, man. Why not, man? And there's a Scottish drop. We still got our pick series coming. Aqua Tie, we got you. She's like, that's been 18 years, man. I know. It got to be right. Got to be right. But now, the Scottish flow and how this particular book and, witnessed in the 1600s or I believe early 1700s, we're just saying that there were just a bunch of Nagas in Scotland, man. Like the royals in Scotland were Nagas. And then you compare that to the Benjamin Franklin 1751 observations of mankind, all copper colors, swarthy, all the same thing. I don't know why it's so hard. Not you, my Nagas, but to the hijack. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to just give it up, man, and just be real so that we could all get along and be cool. But the more you try to disenfranchise us, take away our past, our history, call us culture vultures when we wake up to our kindness, right? And say that India ruled the world. But you could say it this way and give it to a whole nother phenotype and situation. But these Nagas, it got to be all non-Africanoids, right? It got to be all anybody but them. So you're gonna give somebody some truth and then point them in a completely different direction when it comes to the people. Look over us, call us the bywords. Now you see why we hate it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody hated for no other reason other than who the rulers and the the royals are. You know what I'm saying? I can have this conversation with my people, and I can sit down with my Nagas in the Moorish flow or my Nagas in the a Muslim flow or the Christian flow or the this flow or that flow. And at the bottom line, we're going to respect each other because we know we're talking about original people, original Nagas. We could have a tribal conversation. We know that all these tribes, these biblical tribes, these ancient India tribes, these ancient China, ancient Japan are Nagas, copper colored people, right? So we had tribal war. We could sit down at the table as khans, as chiefs, as priests, and talk about our issues and say, you know what? Bigger than that, they just want to make sure we don't unite. That's what the underlining inner hatred is. Not because the Nagas jumping so high and dunking on everybody. Yeah, they got some jealousies over the physical attributes, but it really is your station. It really is your connection with King David, your connection with Prester John. Why is King David so important? Because the covenant is with David forever. Read Psalms 89 and get back to us, man. HEREDITARY ain't playing about his firstborn bond, his firstborn son. Read Psalms 89 and get back to me, man. Read Ezekiel 37, talking about one shepherd forever, and then go talk to HEREDITARY that you don't like the one shepherd forever. You don't like Kandawi. Go tell HEREDITARY you don't like his firstborn son. You don't like his anointed Khan with your holy oil, HEREDITARY. You anointed Kandawi. Go tell HEREDITARY that, Jeremiah 30, whom I will raise up unto them, verse 9. Jeremiah 30, verse 9. Read that and get back to me. Go tell HEREDITARY, I don't like your shepherd. I don't like the one you raised up. Nah, he ain't white enough. He don't have blue eyes. Yeah. He got this phenotype. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'm gonna kick back and wait for the next shepherd, man, because I needed to fit what I want. I needed to fit what I need. Go, man, go make your peace and have that conversation with the Creator, man. But this is tribal, and this is what I get from this, is that if all this could be tribal, you know what I'm saying? If all this could be tribal, man, if they ain't letting us near the Grand Canyon and they calling us African American, calling us black, and calling us colored, and all these other things, because Nagger, they're just talking about the Naga, one letter rule. Negus means king, Negus means king or queen or royal, right? A David is a Dawuda. It could be a female station from the priest queen or a male station as a Dawood. These are titles. They have meanings. The Khan is a title. Prester is a title. They have meanings. They have functions, my nigga. You go tell HEREDITARY you ain't happy with the one that's carrying the function, man. So, Cathay is ancient China. Cathay is the ancient name of China, named after the country's hereditary leader caste. So one more time. Cathay is the ancient name of China, named after the country's hereditary leader caste. So, one more time. Cathay is the ancient name of China, named after the country's hereditary. From the seed, from the soil. I can't talk, King David. It's too much seed for you. It's too hereditary, man. Leader caste, man. We talking royal. So if I see Cathay on the map, what am I to do? What am I to do when I see Cathayo and the R means regnum or kingdom? When I see the kingdom of Cathay in North America and maps that are labeled everything but North America, and now you brainwashed in public school to think you're in North America, but do you see any North, man? Huh? Drop popping off. Don't mind me. But do you see any North, man? I see Kathay and I see Prester John. Woo! All right. Slow down, drop. You drop it too fast. I don't see any North, but I see Kapangu and Kathay and China by Florida, boss. Florida, China, boss. Don't let me have to pull up the Atlantic Monthly Journal, man. Was it volume 104, man? Breaking down how Marco Polo's looking for the Grand Khan, and he said that China was only like a 10-day, boat ride. I'm like, is that the same China today from America? 10-day boat ride? Yeah, he's talking about China, boss. They're just trying to get from like mainland to mainland, crossing like that. That's a 10-day boat ride. Let's go. We're just talking Cathay, and then they got the Caesar flow again. Caesar just means the king, the Roman king. The Romans only the Romani, so don't get it twisted. And the Caesar are also spelled with a C or K. So the American, the con, the can. What word do you say American and spell it C-A-N? Does C-A-N spell kin? I'll wait. I mean, like phonetically, you know. Is that the sound it should make? Kin. How would you spell kin? C-I-N, K-I-N, Q-I-N, I don't know. How would you do? Why is it C-A-N, man, right? Con, Wakanda, Wakanda, right? All this is Hebrew. Wakanda. Can is kin. Is it kin? Is it kin? I think they playing with us, man. Kin folk, I think they playing. So Caesar, you can't call these people Khazars, man. You're just calling them kings. You want a Khazar salad or you want a Caesar salad? You're just calling these people kings, man. Oh, they're the Khazars. No, they're not. No, they're not. They are not indigenous to that land any more than any other land on the whole earth, man. You can't get these people no land. We're going to call them Siberian. You're calling them the Cyber, which means you're calling them the Khyber. C or K. Cyber, Khyber, Cyber, S-I-B-E-R. It's the same phonetic. Cyber, right? Cybertron. Cyber it is, you know. Copper even comes from the same tree of phonetics, you know what I mean? So you're calling them the copper, but calling them the cyber is the Khyber, is the copper, man. It's all the same, man. I'm having fun. Caesar, Czar, right? The Czar. No, they're Khazars. You're calling them kings, man. Princes. You're calling them the royals. Oh yeah, we got that Caddo tribe. We gotta do some more drop on the Caddo. That's another indigenous tribe. Also Kadi. Uh-huh. And my last one I'm gonna look at right here is this Catholic C or K again. Catholic. The Catholic is the Cathay. Catholic is Cathay. Back to the Cathay Drive. And again, do you see any North, man? Do you see any North America on the Orientis farm? I see Kathay. Do you see Kathay? I see Florida. I see, I see the Ganges, right? The Ganges River. The Ganges. And that's an ancient river of paradise in the Hindu flow. The Ganges right there. And the G's and C's are interchangeable. Sometimes they put the G's in K's because you can turn the G's to C's and the C's become K's. So the Ganges is also the Kanka. Kanka. Ganges, Kanka, Key, right? All this same flow, Kanka. It's just back to the one letter rule, man. Let's go. So much drop. I thought of this, man. So we'll pick it up here. Many thousands of years ago, even during the last ice age, Siberia had a temperate climate. Now, which ice age are we talking? Are we talking big ice age or little bitty teeny weeny ice age, which is the real ice age? Because the little ice age, yeah, is the big ice age. Because we're still talking about these same dark ages, so-called. Research the little ice age. Notice how they're going to put it between the same dark ages period from 1300. Let me highlight it. 1300 right to 1800. Same time. Genghis Khan, Prester John going to war, all this stuff, everything we covering on the Patreon. I hope you're getting this great reading we just read. I thought it was chapter 1. I think it was just the finishing of the intro. So we're going to do this. We're going to finish this one. Actually start this one right here. We're going to start it from right here. But I'm going to do that right after this, man. So stay tuned. If you're in the Patreon, hey, hop to you, man, for the David's Flame Chamber. You're enjoying my thoughts throughout the day. I appreciate that. And I got way more coming, man. More reaction videos, more drop, more book readings. Please click the link below to get, you know what I'm saying, just all that drop and support Akan in real building time, in real time in Utah. Let's go. So yeah, this little ice age, they don't know. It could be several causes have been proposed: cyclical lows and solar radiation, heightened volcanic activity, changes in the ocean circulation. These are all their causes for this ice age that put everything in ice. America was glaciers, man. They were over here migrating during the glacier time, the coldest time period ever in America. They don't want to talk about it, but they want to talk about global warming when they're just getting out of a damn ice age in the 1800s. Cyclical lows, huh? Heightened volcanic activity froze everything over, not just America, the whole world. I think this was the real ice age. I think this is when Antarctica froze over. This is when Siberia froze over. This is when this whole Strait of Anion, all that stuff, when they talk Bering Strait, all that. This is the freeze. This is the Arctic freeze. This is all the freeze over. This is where it all happened. I mean, just look at these ice periods right here. All right, just look at it. So if you got the ice age, what, 1400s to 1600s is crazy. It's crazy. You mean Columbus came over here in the ice? Esteban and them too? This should change your whole understanding, man. Late antiquity, what? What? Okay. Okay, because the same as we were talking about causes that have been proposed, and we've been talking about the Genghis Khan, Prester John war that happened 1202, 1203, which this book gives a whole story, man, just to get the inner, intimate flow of what's really happened between this father figure and son-like figure, Genghis Khan, who was, attached to the family of Prester like a nephew, you know what I mean? Like a godson, you know what I mean? Even Genghis called him Khan father. That's where we get Godfather from, Khan father. So several causes. They even say variation in the Earth's orbit. Stop it, stop it. And axial tilt, cut it out. Inherent variability in global climate and decreases in the human population. I wonder why. You said 1400s to 1800s, boss? Can we factor in the Chickamauga War? 1776, 1800s and all that? Can we factor in Cortez and them? Can we factor in Columbus and them and who's that? Soto and Niza and Mendoza? Can we factor in the colonization when it comes to a decrease in human population, boss? And surely, can we factor in the massacre of Genghis Khan on the people of King David, Prester John, and the Olmecs and the Western Shashia? What happened to the Olmec? What happened to the Mayan? What happened to the Khans? It's a family tribal war going on, and the hijack, the corporation, they got in line with Genghis and them. That's the more and more confederacy right there. Ain't no difference. You just got to dodge the hijack and dodge all the titles, man. So Genghis Khan massacre, Black Death, right? So we got the Dark Ages and the Black Death. The Dark Ages and the Black Death. And the epidemics emerging in America upon European contact. Black ass King Charles in there. Because these were swarthy Europeans, because this was a tribal war. I can't make this stuff up, man. Many of thousands of years ago, even during the last ice age, Siberia had a temperate climate. Right. Pause it, man, for the dismount, man. This is it, man. It was exceedingly fertile, just like Antarctica, huh? Heavily forested, filled with fur-bearing and food animals of all kinds. Its many rivers were choked with fish. The mountainous areas contained almost unlimited mineral wealth, gold, copper, silver. Then about 10,000 BC, the last ice age. Nah. I think it was way more recent. I can have my own opinion and my own independent investigation. I think we are investigators, and it looks like there's an ice age they're skipping over. I think, Gene Matlock, you're not factoring in all the ice ages, boss. It don't have to be no 10,000 BC when we talk ice age. Not when we talk Ice Age, boss. And why would they call it the little teeny weeny Ice Age, right? Either way, it's an Ice Age. Who's calling it little, right? Who's calling the Old Testament old and the New Testament new? Who's calling it little? They don't call the other one the big Ice Age, but this one's the little. I think it's just because it just happened and they want to downplay it. They want to downplay it. Why? Because everything was fertile. There was no ice on Antarctica's chest bone. Everything was fertile, man. And it says the last ice age began to back up into the Arctic regions, whereas Siberia had previously supported large human populations. Don't get these hijacked Siberia. Cybertron, man. It now became increasingly difficult for the people there to compete for the rapidly dwindling natural resources. Little by little, they fanned out to different parts of the world. Is that what happened? Or is it invasion? Is it a recent invasion? The Scythians, or Scots, right? Scotia, back to Scotland. Watch. Went to Europe, America, and China. Well, we know America and China is the same damn place. Even now, we find proof of their far-flung wanderings. Scotland, once Socota, was named after them, right? So again, Scythians are the Scotlands and the Scots. Princess Scotia, right? The Hyksos princess, and that whole flow, she was a Hebrew. Scotia is all Scotland, is all Princess Scotia. Scotland, Scythians also connect with the high Amazon queens. All Nagas connect with the Ossetians, and they connect with the islands, man. And the Bragantonic dynasty, man. Back to the Russian and the Georgian flow. But yeah, we got Georgia on my mind. Cause we talking Russia, not Russia. Rus, the Rus. So they got Scotland, and the Sakata was named after them. Zacatecas, a vast region of central Mexico, also carries their name. Zacatecas is the Zacate, is the Scot, is crazy. For the dismount, a vast region of central Mexico, but you're talking Meshi, and Meshi is Moshe, so it all makes sense. Israel flow also carries their name, as do many Mexican cities, like HEREDITARY. They became the hereditary priesthood khans of the Zapotecs in southwestern Mexico. Next time, man, we're going to get, woo, it's going to get good. Just get ahead right here. Just read that, man. Read it, man. Pause it. I'll let you get ahead, man. This is what we're doing in these Prester studies, man. Before I get to Prester 165, we're just doing a recap, but we're also reading these books cover to cover. And I'm going to sit right here at this desk and read some more of this drop right here, man. And click the link below if you want to get this drop and have me break it on down. The war between Genghis Khan and Prester John in real time in the Davis Flame Chamber Boss, man. I love y'all. Stay up, suit up, choose up, man. And keep surfing the wave. And my Nagas, man. Shabbat Shalom. Rest, man. We did a lot this strong. They say weak. We say strong. We did a lot. You did a lot. Wow. Rest, my Naga. Hey,